Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today we're going to do a classic Italian dish called chicken piccata. Now, although it is a classic dish, it is not difficult. It is, in fact, quite easy. So first thing, 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And you want to pat them dry, just with some paper towel. And then we're going to clean them up a little, just because there's some extraneous bits on here we don't really want, and some extra fat. And here comes the cat. All right, there you go. Now we're going to butterfly the breasts. So just in the fattest part of the breast, with a good sharp knife. And actually for this one, you do want to cut all the way through. Normally when butterflying you wouldn't, but we're going to make 4 pieces out of it, so just go ahead and cut it in half. Now that we have them butterflied, we're going to flour them and cook them with olive oil and butter just until they're browned. Then we're going to remove them from the pan and we're going to make the lovely sauce, which is lemon juice and capers. A little bit of salt. Just pat it on there, flip it over, and repeat. Then we're going to dredge them in the flour and just set them aside while the pan heats up. We are not breading, we're just going to flour. Once we get them dredged in the flour, I'm just going to put them on a plate. And then we'll move them over to the cooktop. Alright, we've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan, and it's already warm. Actually, it's already hot. So we'll add about a 1/4 cup of butter. You don't want your heat up too high because you do not want your butter to brown. That gives it a whole different flavor. Then we are going to place the floured chicken breasts in, one at a time. Probably 2 can go in this pan at a time. Let's add a smaller one. We'll do a large one and a small one. And just let those cook until they're browned on the outside. About 5 minutes or so for the first side to brown. Then flip it over, obviously, and let the other side brown as well. Okay, so these have had just over 5 minutes, probably about 7 minutes. And they're lovely and brown. Turn them over, get the other side done. So that will probably take another 5 minutes. Alright, now that the chicken is all browned, we're going to remove the pan from the heat and place the chicken on a warm dish in the warm oven, along with the other 2. So we'll take the pan off there. Chicken, plate, and we are going to put the plate back in the oven. And the plate isn't actually that hot that I needed an oven mitt, but it's better to be safe. So the next step, I'm going to add half a cup of chicken stock to the pan while it's off the heat. About a third of a cup of lemon juice. And if you can get fresh squeezed lemon juice, that is always the best. Flavor is different. And then a quarter of a cup of capers. Pour those in there. Get in there. Now we are going to mash the capers a little bit. Stir it around to get up all the good crispy brown bits on the bottom. And then put it back on the heat. So now you want to check it for flavor. At this point, if you want some more salt, go ahead and add more salt. Or if you would like some more lemon juice in it, that's alright too. Or some pepper. I think I'm going to put some white pepper in. It just seems, and it's nice, but it seems a little bland. We're going to bring it up to a simmer and return the chicken to the pan and let that simmer for 5 minutes. So as soon as we get some bubbling happening here, it shouldn't take too long. Oh, here we go. Just put all our chicken back in the pan. And pour in the juices. At this point, you could put a serving platter into the oven so that when your chicken is ready, you can take it out and put it on that, because we do have one more step with the sauce. Alright, we've been simmering for 5 minutes and it smells absolutely divine. So let's get our warmed serving platter out and transfer our chicken. Just trying not to make a mess all over the stove. We're going to put them back into the oven. Now the oven is just warm because I was using it earlier. It's not actually at any particular temperature. It's just the residual heat. But you really don't want a hot oven. Even 200 degrees, which is the lowest a lot of ovens do these days, might be a little too warm. So turn it on at the lowest temperature, if that's what 200 is for your oven. And then once it reaches temperature, turn it off. And that the residual heat will be plenty. So now that we have our chicken all done, the last step is to add some more butter. I do have a little, about a quarter cup of butter. And we're just going to cut that into smaller chunks. And put it into the pan. I'm just going to whisk it in vigorously. And this is what turns your sauce from it's a sauce to silky, beautiful, and absolutely yummy. Okay. Now that the sauce is beautiful, we're going to turn the burner off. We're going to pull our chicken out, pour the sauce over the chicken, and I'm going to serve it tonight with some fusilli and Greek salad. I know it's an Italian dish, but I like Greek salad. Alright, that's our chicken piccata, served with fusilli and Greek salad. It is a beautiful, very delicious dish. I hope you enjoyed the video and loved the recipe. and I'll be back again with you soon with a new dish. Thank you for watching.